Hello and welcome back to Void War. We are continuing on with our Torment 10 runs, hoping to get a win today. We're going to be playing as the mutant Antaria. That's kind of a boring name. What about Winfred? That feels like a good mutant name. I'm the mutant Winfred. We're going to be playing on the ship that we are trying to get through, the Ancient A Petroglyph, a missile-only ship with a evasion removing thing. I want to try to build this into a border, missiles and border ship is my goal. We're going to call it the Dark Runner. All right, I'll take that. We're going to be playing on Torment 10. We have our translocator to give to our mutant. So let's launch. He will be translocating, so I'm not going to have him running the ship itself. That aberrant has a psycho spare. I think the servo husk is going to have to go here, which means I'm probably going to pull you back to engines, which means you can probably stay on sensors for now. Ideally, we want to get some good weapons for the mutant. He's got 2 empty weapon slots and then the translocator. Upgrade that to a heavy translocator if we can so that we don't have to do boarding pods. Things that would be nice on this run would be husks, you know, and a med bay. And that's about it. That's pretty much all we want. I wouldn't mind getting outlaws. And look, we got a transport vessel right off the hop. Armored or weapons. Let's go weapons transport. You guys got a siege bombard, an energy beam, and a disrupto. You also have just a whole whack load of psychers. So I think let's just translocate right on over here. Shoot out their weapons. Start seeing what kind of damage we can do. We're gonna get stunned a bunch. Yeah. And we are gonna take some early hits. Ain't a lot we can do about that, man. I don't want a 2v1, so shoot, you might not have a choice anymore. Let's knock out some of these weapons. And then honestly, I think we got to pull Win back and just nuke this bad boy. Lest we lose all of our oxygen and just die right away. You know, not an ideal situation. Come on. One grab spear. Perfect. Perfect. So he's gonna have 6 DPS now. I like that. What are we doing after the stinky matter? We're gonna go for boarding. Ideally, like, I think raider suffocation boarding would be really fun. So we'll hit up this listing station. Get some free scrap. Yeah, I mean, I'll check the missile bay. Missile vendor right away. We can manually tune our sensors to track a chromic vessel. Caught completely by surprise, so all of our weapons are ready to boogie. You've got Zerkers, Warseers, Engineers, Corsairs, and Scabs. I tell you what, though, I could just blow up your ship basically right away with 2 missiles. And a soul spear. What are you casting? Soul spear. $16 scrap. Off we go. Grab spear is pretty good for the early on, yeah. Displacement bombs, fury missiles, and heavy flare missiles. I believe these cause multiple hull breaches. Mag pulse, putrefactor, a heavy ion lance. Displacement bombs we already start with, right? Yeah, displacements and sabers. I think I'd take that. 2 munitions per use, yeah. But, you know, potentially you drop that in something like a weapons bay, and you're guaranteed that that weapons bay stays offline for a very long time if it causes 2 hull breaches. And it might actually cost more than that. We got shield chargers. There is the graviton field generator, but I don't really like that. I think that's better for fire and poison. And I want to go for suffocation and borders. So that's going to be my plan. Load 1 heavy flare in there. And what are our other shops? There is a merchant shop, which I guess we could pop to, but right now we'll try to start getting the second round of shields online. Oh, you guys are on fire. I'm thinking about teleporting in here just so it stops him from putting out that fire, which might break that console, but I have to be very fast and get him back before that spear hits. Nailed it. Charm. Like a charm. Hit up the shipyard. And I tell you what, let's go with the machine slave. Get someone on our shield bay. Just for good measure. And yeah, we might as well go down to that Psyker station. We might be able to get some good crew. A free grav cannon. Okay, we'll sell that. Can't say no. Supply stations. Let's raid them. A squadron of capital class ships drops in from subspace. You call off the raid. Honestly, that grav cannon's not bad if we're doing a border run. Stuns all crew in target room for 20 seconds. Nah. Aberrant Zerky. Boarding pods. Attack slow enemy crews. What do you got? A disruptor and a grav cannon. My shields are on fire. Okay, interesting. I feel like you could probably go here. And then at least you get your DPS boost. You got that stank gas. Then honestly, I think we'll just let him solo him. Seems like he's got this handled. A plasma projector. Attacks damage all nearby enemies. Or a husk with 3 scrap metal. I think I gotta take the weapon for right now. So that's gonna give him, what, 7 DPS in medium rooms, and he'll attack both enemies at the same time. I got 13 bucks, but I do have to sell that cannon, so I'm willing to pop in here. Also like a safe rest round. There's a course here. 2 ghoul maguses. Immune to poison. Poison slowly heals. Noxious blast and burden. Bad spells though. I mean, burden isn't terrible, but it's not really the right build for what we're doing. I think I'll just take this course here, honestly. Just so we have a little extra crew with us. And then I can put him on shields. I thought he was on shields. You know what? Let's leave you on sensors for now. Ion Storm. We'll go unvisited. Attack the Imperial ship. Oh yeah, you boys are in trouble. Just gonna dunk the two of them all at once. Ooh. Get you out of that room. All right, so I do feel like the mutant is a pretty good choice for this setup, for this ship. Here's our upgraded shields. So if I wanted to, I could like turn off a single missile. And we could get shields too rocking. Burden's okay for the 10 scrap. Yeah. Death Cult, Exclusion, Desolate. We're gonna go Desolate. Can't really board demon ships right now, not until we get something like I guess an oxygen tank would work okay for him, but he wouldn't be able to translocate then. Listening station. Weapon stealer. Listening station is just more free raider scrap for us, so 2 ruinous regents. Summoned Warbringers. Whoa, those are big. Okay, raiders are firing at us. They are big lads. Interrupted. Rude. So rude, dudes. Thankfully, we have this flamethrower and we just slaughter everything. Where do you think you're going? Your station is there, buddy. Okay. Low rest. Listening station, a heat beam. Interesting. I'm gonna go to the weapons dealer in the hopes to get some fun missiles. And who knows what else. Healing bay. We'll sell off that heat beam for 45 scrap. Not bad. Antimatter bomb. Ooh. Ooh. This slaughters demon ships. It's also really good for bosses. It costs 4 munitions, but it also does 8 damage. Here's the problem. I either get an auto surgeon or an antimatter bomb. Incendiary missiles. Yeah, but again, I'm not really... I don't think that really fits our border build. I mean, I am going to try to kind of force a build here. Biggest problem with the border build is boarding ships that are demons. So an antimatter bomb solves that problem. If I'm boarding, I don't need displacements. Though they're good for getting loot. I'm gonna sell the saber missile. And I guess I'll take the repair. All right. These guys are kind of tough. Yeah. Yeah. Where do you think you're going, buddy? I don't know that I want to tank this many guys. Yeah, it's a lot of HP I'm taking here. I think I'm gonna have to recall him. Whoops, you're getting stunked. What do we want to do here? I thought we did hull damage when we broke something, but I guess we don't. A single breach. Yeah, no, you can't stay there. That ain't gonna work. I mean, I guess they're gonna take a bunch of oxygen damage. There. Will it be enough to kill them though? That it doesn't seem to be the case. They have us surrounded again. Achieve a kill, crew kill. What is that? Achieve a crew kill on an enemy ship with at least 6 enemy crew using only a single friendly crew. They have us surrounded again, the poor bastards. I like that. That's very fun. Guys, I'd really love to not have all my places stunk out with stink gas here. All right, everybody return to stations. Let's get the heck out of here. Went to the kitchen to do something. Radio was on. Someone was talking about a way I never really looked into how to make human life worse. Puts a new spin on drug wars. Gross. That sounds awful. All I'm surrounded by is fear and dead men. I mean, facts. All right, so these Corsairs are kind of tough. This is probably not a ship that I want to go boarding on. Heavy disruptor missiles, disruptors, and energy beams. I mean, they could just ion me out here. I think I'm going to have to hit them with an antimatter bomb and a heavy flare. Which kind of sucks. Okay. Guess not the heavy flare. Oh, it's so slow. Oh, I didn't realize the antimatter bomb created subspace breaches. Oh, I actually could just soul spear the rest of this. $17 scrap. No. No, that's interesting. My shields did come back online today. $17 scrap for surrender. 20 scrap or an engineer. We're gonna take that engineer. And I'm gonna put him on shields. I think so. Let's just keep boogieing. Ooh, we do have a planetary fortification coming up. How's that fart gas situation? Not too farty today. We're going less of the fart build today. Big boys. A blood cult starship ambushes at you. They must be insane to fight in close proximity to a star. Ion tunneler, energy beam. Not sure that they can get through 2 rounds stuff there. Oh, they have the mind control spell. I hate that stuff. They also have infestation. Well, I guess RIP my missiles. Okay, so I summoned a Warbringer on their ship. Immune to suffocation, immune to fire, kills grant 1 DPS for the duration of the encounter. 1 DPS in large room. Constantly creates breaches while on the enemy ship. Wow. Those are better than good. They're great. Honestly, I think if you're going to tank... Well, tank 1. We should probably bring our secondary homie over. Oh, you've got a fire in there. I'll just leave you to die. I was gonna say, I think my ship is on fire, but I can't tell. Okay, my goal here has worked, which is to choke out their entire ship. I am coming extremely close to just dying from that spellcaster, though. Please stop blowing up my engines. Please stop blowing up my shields. Please stop lighting me on fire. Come on, come on. Enemy crew has been killed. Now I just have to deal with that being ionized. And my engine's being broken. Hopefully we can solve some of this. I'd like to fix my engines before we jump. Wait. Let's get our oxygen back here. Now we boogie. All right. Not too bad. We are definitely a little donged up. Temperature readings are abnormally high at an unknown object. We investigate. It is on fire. A cult warship. Send one of my crew to rescue the cultists. This feels like a surefire way to get a crew member killed. Saved by the greater demon? Oh yeah, the Warbringer absolutely won us that fight. There's no question about it. He bought enough time for the ship to run out of oxygen, and we wouldn't have been able to kill all those big guys otherwise, so. Blood cult insanity, 2 words I wouldn't mix. I don't know, man. I'm raiders, you know? I'm not really, like, good guys here. I think I'm gonna attack them. You engage a burning warship, thunder cannons, and an energy beam. Combat husks. All right. I don't want to fight them. That ship is not on fire at all. For the record. This is a not on fire ship. We're gonna load up the antimatter bomb. Drop that. I could kill them with 1 antimatter shot, so. As long as it hits. Technically, they should lose 10 evasions, so. Now we just sit back and relax. It's the slowest antimatter bomb ever makes its way across. Pop. Scrap munitions. Servo excavator. Are you immune to suffocation? No. Whoop. Displacement bombs. Putrefactor, bolt cannon. Oh, he can't hurt me. Correction. He can hit me with displacement bombs. But if they have 1 crew member and I cause their ship to light on fire, I think we'll be okay. Potentially. Get you out of there. I think I'm going to save that missile. Because if he don't got no oxygen, that's so annoying. This guy is really landing his shots here. damn it, dude. Can we not be teleported into the room with no oxygen over and over again? I feel like these missiles are firing at an insane rate right now. Like, I don't think displacement missiles are meant to have this kind of charge on them. Damn it. All right, he's dead. Way too many hits. That was insanely foolish. Systems, modules, and consumables, or missiles, systems, and modules. Well, I don't want consumables, so I guess we'll just go for this one. At least we get to heal up a little bit. What do you got for me? DPS to machine slaves, Reaper shells. That is 16 damage on an antimatter bomb. Each lance shot you fire fully charges one random uncharged weapon. Shiv missiles, sabers. Terror amplifier. That is useful for us. Not a treasure chest to be found in any of these, no, which is a little annoying and a little surprising. How does fire work on a ship with no atmosphere generation? It doesn't. Basically, fire starts and then gets sucked out. Same thing with tox gas. The Reaper shell is good, but it is only one use, right? Combat subroutines can be really good if we get a husk rack. Especially if it's stackable. Because it gives husks like 5 DPS. Fire consumes atmosphere faster than waiting patiently. No, it doesn't consume atmosphere, strangely enough. I guess because it would like put itself out if it did. Siege Beam's good, but not with this build. Return of the Voidwar. Honestly, dude, with the antimatter bomb, I am kind of thinking about the Reaper shell. Because it's a 4 munition, like, guaranteed kill of every ship. It also brings every boss to basically half health right away. Which is good and bad. Behaves as you would expect a fire to behave. It does put itself out. I thought they burned infinitely. I guess it's just that they spread faster than they suck the atmosphere out. Interesting. I never really like equated that. I guess because most of the time, anytime a fire comes out on my ship, I'm just like, okay, suck all the oxygen out of that room immediately. Fire spreads ultra fast, yeah. Dude, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna get the Reaper shell. Take that max repair. Hit up a fortification. 3 chests. I mean, this is useless right now. I might as well just transport. I don't know what they have here. Bolt cannon, radiant blaster, and a hellfire missile. blow up their missile. Does that alert them to what's going on here? That sucks. What am I doing? I should be charging displacement bombs here. What are you doing? I mean, the infiltrators are detected, so it doesn't really matter anymore. You break orbit. Okay. Okay. We'll go back to antimatter and flare missiles. Then we'll just keep cooking. Infernal energy. Okay. So a heavy flare would do 4 damage. Yeah, and that does significantly more. I guess no reason not to at least knock off their weapons here if we can. Not that he can really do anything. Wait, can he not do anything here? An energy beam and a grav cannon. He can summon demons on me. I was gonna say, do I just sit here and soul spear him like 8 times in a row? But I forgot that he will just summon demons and that will cause more damage. 16 damage. That's really nice, I gotta say. Yeah, I gotta take that heavy translocator. Because now he can teleport an entire room with him. So if I get a husk rack, he can just jump across with like 4 ionized husks. And that is in fact the dream. We'll go for the Forge Enclave. Might get lucky. One thing I liked about the Expanse, they've entered the atmosphere before entering engagements. Yeah. No, the Expanse is great. There's a lot more than one thing I like about the Expanse. No storm, no greater hurt. There's hurts and greater hurts? I don't know that I knew that. Let's probably knock that siege bombard. The big hearts spawn stuff. Interesting. 10 torments, you know, and I only ever thought there was one kind of heart. No reason to have anything blown up here. Oh, I didn't see it. Got it. What a sneak attack. Picked up a pressure suit. Immune to suffocation. Let's put that on the engineer. I'm probably going to put you back in the engine now, though. If that's the case. So that way I could just vent the engine room and leave you there if things get hairy. Torment 12 kind of needs exclusion zones to have a chance at winning, so you'd have to learn eventually. Oh, I don't mind fighting in the exclusion zones. It's just that, you know, different builds are built for, I think, different things. Boarding raiders, not necessarily great at exclusion zones. Large techno-cult fleet. We can get relics or armaments. Honestly, we're short a relic right now. So I think I'm going to go for the relic. Salt cyborg. Well, let's go mess them up then. Oh, you're going into the door room. Okay. Mag pulse neutralizer. Let's kill their weapons. Okay, I think I can make do with that. Actually, Winifred, you can stay where you are. We'll put you there with the Corsair here and the Servo Husk. Spread it out a little bit. Friendly crew gain 3 DPS when fighting in a vacuum. I'd be lying if I didn't say that's interesting. Now, we don't have any commandos, but we do have a pressure suit. Aberrant have an armor slot? No, he's got a weapon slot. So that Corsair could come across and he could just like sit. If I was to do something like breach the oxygen room with a flare missile, I could just sit the Corsair in that room and he would be doing 7 damage. Plus he's got room for a weapon. That could work pretty well. I'm gonna go check this shop. Time to vacuum the whole ship, right? So an unfortunate thing is, like, I would like that chest. I can get it. Though I gotta knock myself out a little bit for it. What do you have? A siege bombard, putrefactor 2, and a disruptor. Yeah, I don't really want to mess around with this, so let's just blow you up. Okay, thankfully our evasion is doing pretty solid here. There goes the antimatter bomb. I am really burning through ammunition is the only problem right now. But, like, it is kind of also the best way to fight these guys. I guess on you. Let's go see what we got in the shop. Breach him. Sure looks breached. Saw that during the 3rd season. Time skip was a bit too jarring for you. Switched to reading books. First one, very good. That's fair. That's fair. Death cultist DPS, +2 to machine slaves, call upon a demonic hound, corsair, scribe, and a servo husk. Purify. I'm kind of upset we didn't get combat subroutines earlier instead of Reaper shells, because then I could have had 2 of these, which would have given me husks with like 7 DPS. It's a pretty awful shot, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I could pick up like an extra crew member, but I just don't really know that I need one right now. I think I'm gonna take the repair and then just leave it at that. Fortunately, that missile bay is out of order. $60, 145 for shields 3. I feel like I'm getting a lot of luck here. Storm cannon and a thunder cannon. I'm trying to debate whether or not to bring this Corsair over. I guess that worked. Rejuvenate or an electro maul? Well, that's a pretty goddamn obvious choice. Attacks damage all nearby enemies. Stuns nearby enemies for 4 seconds on kill. Give the Corsair the grab spear. See if I can get my O2 back before the heat. Clear. Hope you're not running out of missiles with your only weapon systems being missiles, right? Technoculture Armada, we have a machine priest, so let's learn a random vessel. 60 scrap metal. Corrosive gases, I mean... Let's get shields 3. Doom, doom. Ship armament systems and modules, crew contracts. I guess I could hit that weapons dealer and still do that. So why don't we go up? Ooh, a husk ship. leave that Corsair at home. Oh, dude, the stun with the AoE damage is crazy. That was a cakewalk. I think let's pick up munitions if that's the case. We'll go up. Six munitions. And then down. Raid a depot. 11 munitions, but a breach. That's fine. You've got suffocation resistance. Because you barely took anything. You'll heal that up easy peasy. Cakewalk, your nickname in college? You were that easy, were you? Corrosive gases. Yeah, why not? Okay, my Corsair is healed, so I might as well bring him along. Oh, that sucks. Just the worst possible thing I could get hit with by a missile. 23 scrap. We recall. Let's just get you guys down here, fixing this stuff up. Ideally, that oxygen comes back online before that happens. Nice. And then we'll go here. Mac just wants to make Cetra. Envious. 35 scrap and 23 scrap. Lots of scrap. Gotta have the most titles as possible. Cetra's got a lot. We find ourselves dangerously close to a white hot star. It's risky, but there might be some loot in here. Search for an ambush. We search for a lurking raider ship. Alarmed at their discovery, the raiders flee. And we can just go to the transport ship and get an inferno beam. Oh, man. Oh, man. We had a heat beam earlier, too. I mean, that sells for a lot of money, honey. What's the trader got? Med Bay. Select from 3 rewards instead of 2 when choosing rewards. Call upon the dark gods in time of need. Can't believe I'm selling that. Kind of feels like the auto surgeon is what this build needs. So, yeah. I'm gonna put it in the big room. I don't think any of these are worth getting. It's a little bit of a disappointing shop. I could get the terror amplifier. get an extra power. I'm going to get upgraded doors so that we actually have somebody on doors. I'm going to upgrade the auto surgeon because feels like for sure we're going to need it. Let's swap the two of you guys. And then I might as well use that auto surgeon right now. We'll head for this boss. All right, these dweebs got Husker Axe, but they also got a lot of fires going on. So I think let's just get over there and start dummying them up. It's a bit of a shocker. I'm just gonna pull you back on doors, honestly. Cheeky. Scrap and munitions. Toss these guys in the med bay. Yo. I'm liking that. All right, we got 30 juice left. Second row life support can always be good just because it gives you a bit of buffer room. But, you know, same deal with like autopilot. You know what? Let's just grab that autopilot just in case. Oh, Voltaic cruiser. Less good. These guys have a lot of assault cyborgs and servo extractors. They're kind of hard to board. Technovirus bombard. Technovirus bombard. Heavy siege beam. Well, that's the obvious danger. This ship does not get infested if you kill all the crew, so at least boarders are pretty damn good on it. I think I'm gonna go for life support. And we'll send you at that heavy siege beam. Here's the big ion rounds. And then here come the big dogs. So we'll pull out, we'll do a heal. Ow, ow, ow. Ow. Wow, they managed to repair that so quickly. I'm gonna trash their med bay. Dude, this little Corsair is taking serious damage. I am also taking serious damage here. you do bonus DPS against these really chonky guys, I'm going to send you over solo for a little bit. Which I think is a good idea. I'm going to switch you over to a heavy flare missile as well. Damn. The Corsair takes one more hit. And he's toast. Taking way too much damage here, man. That's it. 56 scrap. We can take 3 chrono fields, a hex priest, or a macro disruptor. Hex priest is really nice, especially if we're doing something foolish like knocking out their oxygen on a regular basis. You are immune to suffocation, so I'm going to have you go fix a bunch of breaches. All right, well, it was 16 hull strength, but I'd argue that was worth it. Sees these are the 3 mini bosses as the best rewards. I tend to find this one's not too bad just based on the fact that it doesn't have a demon mode. Like more than anything else. Oh, I guess I don't really have any more heals. Love to get some what do you have? You only have a weapon. So I don't know if I can make this guy immune to suffocation. Really like some more of those immune to suffocation borders, though. All right, let's just keep going. Demon ship. There is a chest. There is cap of 4. Stygian worm, a demon heart. Displacement bombs. A couple of guns. How am I going to pull that? No, you don't. God damn you. Nice. A plasma projector, a combat shield, and 6 munitions. That's huge. Swipe this guy out. Ah. Altar of Blood or 26 scrap metal. We'll take the scrap. This heal bay is real nice. So you have a grav spear. I mean, this guy could come across with a plasma projector and a combat shield. He's not ideal, but he's got the right gear for it right now. And his stats are actually pretty strong. $50 and $5. I mean, he's better than the Corsair, arguably. All right. We'll take them. They'll work together. Getting a lot of scrap this run, yeah. I mean, it helps when you don't have, like, weapon systems to improve. Raider Clan Worlds. Let's go there. Ideally, if I could get some of these commandos with suffocation resistance, for obvious reasons, it would be really nice. Mercenary Broker. It's not too bad here. Hex Priests, Cyber Priests. I'm mostly banking on this stun lock ability here. Oh, my Corsair died. Huh. Huh. I'm not entirely certain how that happened so quickly. Let's keep that weapon system offline. Thank you very much. Let's get these husks offline. That's fine. You can just fight that. Okay. Man, our hull is not doing so good. Witness 2 starships firing upon each other. One of the ships broadcasts, "We shall cleanse the Empire of your blasphemies." The other ship broadcasts, "Show me your moves." Imperial culture of the warship. Go fire at the warship. Berserkers, conquerors, berserkers. Ion tunneler, a fusillade, and an energy beam. I don't suppose I got the gear that guy dropped when he died. I don't think you do. Wouldn't that be nice? Yeah, these guys are pretty chunky. Not that chunky, though. 44 scrap. Oh? We'll do a quick heal and about face, I suppose. You know what? That was close. They displaced me over almost directly into that antimatter bomb. That was scary. Too close for comfort. A lone Corsair vessel adrift surrounded by nearly a dozen smoldering wrecks of his cohorts. Oh man, let's just salvage the wrecks. 48 scrap. Okay. Detailed sensor sweep. An abandoned supply depot once belonging to a wealthy merchant guild. We get 52 scrap and a Wrath of Angels. I love this. We did a Lance only build once and it was the most bonkers build ever. But I'm not using any Lances, so unfortunately discard the new module. 280 bucks. I feel like I should be able to buy something good with this. Commandos! Immune to suffocation. Flux Priest. Zenith Blade. Begin encounter with 8 deeps. Lose 2 deeps per kill. 1 deeps in small rooms. Kills restore 5 life. Okay, I'm gonna buy a commando for show. He has 1 weapon slot. I kind of feel like the Eviscerator is the thing to do for him. Because then I could just throw like a heavy flare. More often than not, the life support is a small room. The captain's quarters is always a small room. So I think I'm going to buy him that Eviscerator. What are you guys getting on with it, chat? Every now and then I look over and I think, what is even happening over there? Increase power of a friendly system by 1. Repair speed. Explodes on deaths. That's how my Corsair died. These guys explode for 35 damage on death. The Corsair only has 30 HP. He got nuked by a Flux Priest. Okay. 1 DPS in vacuum plus 3 DPS in vacuum. So that's 10 DPS. Plus an additional DPS in a small room. $11 DPS. And you gain 5 life on kill. Okay, so that commando is basically invincible. Very good, sir. I'm going to swap the 2 of you out because I think I'd rather an extra energy on shields. Right? This guy has no stats or anything. That's gonna be the plan. I could just sell that Dark Prism, but I mean, I could sell either of these. I don't need this translocator really either, but I might just hold it for now. I'm gonna buy that Ferroplast vest, and I think just put it on my engineer. Just so he doesn't get nuked by anything too easily. Oh man, we got Good room for upgrades. TBH, I'm gonna go auto surgeon. And I'm gonna go sensors 3. I know that's kind of bonkers, but I need to know who's on the ship right now. Okay. We got commandos, we got corsairs. I think that guy's in the door control room. Honestly, I'm just gonna do this. With the group stun and the big AoE shots. That was insane. They fired like one bullet. That was absurd. Cult of Blood, full of gene soldiers. Boom, 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 boom. So here's the problem. I want to get there. Ah, they put the Hex Priest in that room. All right, this one's a bit of a bust. It's okay. We got lots of heals. Okay, we got lots of heals. Break their weapons, just because I don't want to get storm cannon to death here. Go over one more time, and we should be able to finish it. Oh yeah, we have like 3 full heals on our squad right now. $34 scrap. Boogie woogie. Is voidwar back on the Steam store, or did you already have it installed when they pulled it? Both. It survived its DMCA request by taking out the big shoulder pad guy. And that was it. That was the whole thing. Their trailer had a guy with big shoulder pads, and Games Workshops were like, we're the only game that's ever had big shoulder pads. So Liam, hello, how you doing? Welcome on in. There is a chest over here and a big room, so I think let's just board. Stun lock. AoE stun locks. just vent that, honestly. Two, you can go over that door system, I'd say. What is he doing? Summons fire. $36 scrap metal from the chest. You summoned a redeemer. Enemy DPS cannot exceed 3. 6 DPS against targets with over 100 max HP. This guy immune to fire. Well, that's a little annoying. What goes first, him or his ship? It doesn't matter to me, it's the same loot. Have at least 20 fires present on an enemy ship. Achievement unlocked. Buddy, it looks like you're kind of having a bad day over there. I like how he's immune to fire. Just like, everything's fine. I'm not worried about it. Oh, I guess you're going to run out of oxygen next. This is going to be your real problem. But also, if a single system breaks... That was fun. We never really get to watch people just burn to death like that. Is that fun? Is that my definition of fun? I think something might be wrong with me. I'm gonna upgrade my engines more. And again, because I have an extra point right now. So I guess let's just like start stacking evasion. Space Marines, Margaret Thatcher only permitted shoulder pad wearers, right? Kinda his fault, right? Are we winning? We're doing okay so far. Let's go through this ion storm. Why not? Oh, I didn't heal. But that's okay. Let's bring the gang over. These guys are really weak. Mutants, you can come down here. Done. Easy clapped. It's a cool thing you can do with med bays is if you need someone to heal, you can just walk them through while the med bay is active, and they will heal right back up to full. Ionized engine. What's going on here? Thank you. Shipyard. Let's go up. I'm going to try to save up basically all my scrap until the next shop. We found a techno-cult shrine. Let's explore. 42 scrap. Okay. Pirate vessel with husks. Everything else here, not so bad. I tell you what, let's do the big room. Not clear on why I wasn't getting stun locks there. Oh, you're on poison. Let's maybe knock out some of this stuff. Pilot the ship again so we can get some missed chances. And Bob's your uncle. 10 HP to all war cultists or a grave beam. Spawns ghouls in room hit. Oh, that's really fun. Be great for a demon build. Unfortunately, we don't have any war cultists, so I'm going to take that grave beam and I guess we'll just sell it. We'll heal up the homies. And then we're off on adventure. Yeah, our dudes are doing huge damage right now. We got an escort quest. Dang. Okay, I guess we'll go down here through the shop. I don't have like a ton of scrap right now, but... Sweep for an ambush. Macro lance. Okay. I mean, I'm gonna sell all this. Husk rack. Yes. Husk rack, yes. At the very least, I can use these husk racks to, like, defend my ship. And honestly, I think I'm going to get a terror amplifier. Because I'm kind of like, why not? I have no juice right now, so all my upgrades are for engines from here on out, basically. We'll go deliver this quest, which I think gets us 2 husks. We're on fire. It's not really an issue. These are just like Imperial citizens. I think I'll just take you and the commando over, honestly. Incendiary, thunder cannon, twin disruptors. Rude, 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 rude dudes. That's not going to land anywhere. Oh, okay. We go here. We can blow up some of these missiles if we can. Where's he going? What do you think his plan is? Done. Your ship suffered moderate damage, but nobody was injured. You get 2 husks. Ba, 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 ba. I guess I'm going to put one on doors. Because, like, why not? Now we have a gang. Wow, I have a lot of husks. 3 husks running right now. An engineer, a flux priest, and a servo husk is actually running the ship. This is a very funny ship. I didn't mean to go so machine cultist. We approach the Stargate and head into the next techno-cult sector. Quest? Is it possible to get a Death Knight, Chaos Knight, and a Blood Knight? I think so, yeah. I mean, they all exist, so I wouldn't see why not. Let's hop right back in. Techno-cult sector, what do we got? Ordnance experts, weapons dealers, merc brokers, and shamans. What do I actually want? Ship armaments and equipment. Kind of like equipment, considering we have a boarding team. Only annoying thing is I have to go through a machine shrine to do that, which means I lose my raider shrine. Systems. That being said, systems aren't great. All right, we'll go missiles. We'll go for the missile bay. 2 exalted regents. My goodness. I'm gonna give that to you, Chai 2. Two Redeemers and a Warbringer for the last boss. Let me tell you, that's gonna be pretty handy. A large deep space construction project with several techno-cult vessels arrayed around it. Despite the machine's peace reputation for being reclusive, they occasionally require assistance. They peel off and attack you. Great. A bunch of assault cyborgs. And no empty rooms on the ship, so the antimatter bomb is only gonna do 8 damage. Bum, bum. No doors on the ship. What do they have? Storm Cannon 3 and a Storm Cannon 1. Okay. So far, good. Terror Blast's buying me a lot of time. We're gonna bounce back, grab a heal. Techno-cult virus. Soul Spear. Which I think we're gonna ditch that Soul Spear. Another one of these Terror Blasts? You sure do. Wow, that Terror Blaster actually turned out to be extremely helpful. Amazing. Wow. I mean, I knew it would be good, but more of these dweebs. They do have a husk rack on this ship, which is annoying, but... And they also have a launch bay, which is also annoying. Okay, let's have 2 of you go there, and 2 of you can go here. Oh, I didn't even realize they brought 2 of those across. Yeah, let's just do this. Oops. Grabs ourselves a nice tasty heal, and then I can teleport over to Subhusk Bay. Huh. I started casting Technovirus during that translocation, and my guy is not on the ship. Nor is he on my ship. Okay, but he did respawn, so we're safe. But I'll be honest, that scared the hell out of me. How are the Playboys doing today? We're focusing more on boarding and Corsairs. A lot of robots, actually. Today has been very robot heavy. Disruptors, blight bombs, heavy flare missiles. Finally get a blight bomb after all of yesterday not being able to get one to save my life. I don't want any of this. Yeah, I don't want any of this. Good news. Means I get to upgrade more junk. So that's everything powered. Man, we are really scrap heavy this round. I never realized this. The boosted subhusks also get 3 DPS while fighting in a vacuum. That's very nice. I don't know if I want to just go all out on engines right now. 63 munitions. Well, we're going to be well set up for the final boss, that's for sure. Tune your sensors to track the enemy. Imperial vessel is caught by complete surprise. It's almost all enforcers. I'm gonna flay their life support system just for fun. Who are my main guys here? I kind of got to put them together so that I can see at a moment's notice how the HP is going. I don't think it matters what I break here. I also don't think I need to go back over. There's something satisfying about doing this. Just that slow asphyxiation. Knowing that there's a breach in his oxygen compartment. He's gonna go try to fix it, but it's too late. You're piloting the ship. What good's that gonna do you? You're running out of oxygen, buddy. That's tough. More Reaper shells? Is this stackable? Can you imagine if this was stackable and you just had antimatter bombs that would do like 32 damage? I guess I'm getting another husk. Okay. Everybody go back to your stations. I guess you guys are going here now. I have a husk on so much stuff. What a funny ship we have. Vacuum module won't be useful at all in this run. Another electro mall? No, that's useful. Them chrome boys. I mean, I guess the big thing is just like the husks. It's more that like if a vacuum happens, we have a big advantage. The commando goes up to 11 DPS and heals in a vacuum, which is crisp. Like it basically means he heals in single rooms. If he gets into a single room, then he's invincible. Yeah. You have the plasma projector. You don't have anything. So if I give you the electro maul, the two mutants have electro mauls now, so they both stun. I like that very much, thank you. I have to go through shipyard, so I guess I'm just gonna take munitions. Crew contracts and equipment. Yeah, I mean, we're gonna go that way. Pour a bunch of pixels on a screen, try their best not to panic to conserve oxygen. Are we the baddies? Oh, absolutely. I don't think there's a moment of doubt in regards to that. This is a bit of a tough pick here. Can you fight that Warseer instead? Can you ignore all these guys instead? Am I stunned or are they? I'm stunned. Let's get out of there. This is a bit of a problem. Is that with that husk there, every time we recall into that room. I do kind of wish we had a launch bay that I could fire sub-husks. I want to go back over, but I'm going to wait for that poison to fall off their ship. Commando, I want you there. Okay. Full heal. Dude, the upgraded med bay is crazy good. Bonkers good. Oh, engines are missing 2 power. I don't know how that happened. Thank you. All right, lads, what do you got? Gene soldiers, aberrants, gene soldiers, assault cyborgs, servo husks, siege armor, hellfire blades, and a gore sledge. Kills explode, dealing 10 damage to all other enemies. Huh. You have a plasma projector. You have an electromall and a plasma projector. So you hit everybody and then you stun them. Hellfire Blade's really good. Level 3 mid-ray super broken for a raider run. Yeah. 20 HP immunity to suffocation. Armor slot. I can make my engineer a bit better with that. The question here is like, immunity to suffocation gene soldiers. A gene soldier who's immune to suffocation and has a gore sledge. 7 attack, 90 HP, immune to suffocation, kills explode. Be pretty good. What would Zinch's number be? Zinch has a number. Corn is 8. Zinch is 7. Corn 6, 7. No, Corn is 8. They do all have numbers. Zinch is 9. Okay, there you go. I was like, somebody will know this off the top of their head. It's not going to be me. I could also give him a ballistic shield, reducing enemy DPS by 1. Boop, boom. What is this? 65, 35. So that's 120 with the gore sledge. So I can either get a souped up gene soldier with 90 HP, immune to suffocation, 7 damage, exploding kills, minus 1 DPS, or I can get a single assault cyborg who can teleport anywhere he wants, 4 damage, 130. Choice of... I wouldn't be able to get a weapon on him. I think this gene soldier is the way to go. He does 10 DPS in a vacuum. And his kills explode and hit everything around him. So I feel like one of you guys is no longer coming with us. Maybe the tech priest. Maybe Melgar. Oh, hi, Mo. Did you learn how to open the door? That's a pretty good trick. I could actually swap out this combat shield. Put it on the Gene Soldier. Now he has 11 DPS in a vacuum. So him and the Commando are like this disgusting combination. $50 and $4. You're $50 and $4. Small rooms. Kills explode. So the only problem is that these two guys are immune to suffocation. These guys are not. But they're really good at nuking big guys. Especially with that combat shield. Trying to decide kind of if I want it a little bit switched up. Hi, Moni. Want to say hi to everybody? Gene Stealers die in a vacuum. Zinch is 9, Korn is 8, Nurgle is 7, Slanesh is 6. Here we go. Now we know. The FTL but more? Basically, this is FTL but more. Some cats can open doors once they figure out how, if the handle does not offer good resistance. Honestly, I think probably my partner just opened the door. I think Mona was probably sitting outside the door, being like, let me in. I need to see chat. I need to get my chin scratches. Finally, some good content, right? It's always at the end of the run she comes in. Hi. You don't like that? Okay. Sit down. Moni's really funny sometimes. The way that she's just like, I want attention, not that way. Yeah, so I guess we'll leave our Hex Priest. I mean, it feels better because we now have 4 raiders on our boarding party, and our entire ship is machine priests and subhusks. This is a pretty cool party. Honestly, I like the vibe. So, what system do you go on? That's a good question. Attacks damage all nearby enemies. Reduce enemy DPS by 1. 3 deeps in a vacuum. I don't know that you need to be on a system at all. I think I'll put you like here. And then we'll cruise. What do we have here? 12 hull strength. Well, that's 1 antimatter bomb. So I guess let's just blow this up. Oh yeah, you're right. Greater demon hearts. I don't know how I never saw that before. He's got a lot of guns, so let's just try to knock some of them offline. Here come the demons. There goes the antimatter bomb. You know what? These guys do extra damage against big units. It looks like it's coming in here. It's coming in there. Oh, get that guy out of there. Gutted. Where's that husk? You stay home. You get out of that stink pod. Go this way, go that way, go this way, go that way. Heal. Thank you. Now everybody go home. Keep rocking. Keep on rocking. Ship almost entirely made up of commandos. Entirely made up of commandos, actually. Why do they have oxygen on their ship? You know, that's what I would have to ask. Inferno Fugas. A hull ripper, a putrefactor, displacement bombs. They have a big 4 room, so let's just do this. And then watch them get stun locked. Oh, I guess I probably should have blown up that missile system before I left. Oh, there's 2 commandos back there, I see. So let's take the 2 of you then. Ooh, 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 ooh. Oh, they have husks. How did I not notice that? All right. Grab the whole gang. Oh, that's interesting. If you kill them all and there's no husks currently spawned, it counts. I did not know that. I thought you had to guarantee all the husks got killed. Or at least like the husk spawner was offline, I should say. All right, Imperial Core Worlds, the Vault of Souls. Why do I feel like every time I go to the Vault of Souls, I'm getting exactly countered? I think this is the border fleet. Oh, man. Centurions. Storm cannon, 3 storm cannons. No, thank you. I've done all of them. Aberrant's got to get out of there. The commando's got to get out of there. Mutant, renegade. Get to the med base. Just vent that room. Okay. Let's go to a room that's not on fire. 53 scrap metal or a translocator. I'll take the 53 scrap metal. Thank you very much. Walk you through these heals. And we are good to boogie. Like an ion storm, probably for some better rewards. My stink fleet did get overstinked. It was a stinky time for the stink fleet. They didn't have the best day. Storm cannon, retributor, bolt cannon, a heat beam. Here's the problem: they have really good doors on this ship, and no room of 4. They don't have a lot of big guys though. They still have 3. So I think I'm actually going to teleport into the doors. Gene Soldier and the Aberrant are here. Which do 3 of our guys do extra bonus against super huge dudes. So Centurions are actually kind of a... I mean, I wouldn't call them easy, but... easier, I guess. All right, pull him back. Get that going. Oh, we did a lot less damage there than I anticipated. That's gonna hurt. Hey, right now, it's gonna hurt. Miss. A Wraith Blade summoned over there as well. Whoo-wee, man. That is some fast damage. Yeah, put in that fire. What do you think here? 3rd time's the charm? So we can move down into some better systems. All right, Aberrant, get out of there. Mutant, you can get into there, maybe. Or why don't I just move the commando out of there, maybe? Gene Soldier could go in. Awesome. Awesome. No problem. No problem, easy. Big trader ship. What do you got for me? Oh, a launch bay. Consumables restore 10 HP to all friendly crew aboard the ship. Commander gains 10 DPS for 30 seconds at the start of every fight. That's pretty cool. I'm on the launch bay because I can throw husks across if that's the case, which is kind of useful. I'm gonna sell off this translocator. I don't need it. Correct. I'm gonna buy a launch bay. I'm gonna put it right there. I guess this is useful for the anti-matter bombs, which I'm gonna need for this final fight. Theoretically. I think it's better than 30 seconds of damage. I'm gonna buy all those consumables. And then I'm just gonna equip them on husks. Can I split you? No? There, yes. So we have 2 healers, 15 extra hull points. I have 70 missiles. I now have a launch bay. I need 1 more power to get this other missile bay up and running. We'll just go through the lower nodes and check that shop, I suppose. Grab some heavy flare missiles here. It's kind of the same problem we keep running into. A lot of these guys are just in bad fights. What am I affected with here? Oh, that's just the teleport, I guess? Missiles? Fury missiles. Shit, where do I want to translocate? Maybe on that missile bay. Having only a single life support is not great. Let's bring them back. Load. Load. Launch. 2, 1, launch. Terror blast. Okay, that's good. That's good. That's good. Okay. Not too shabby. I think I'll keep that Hex Priest here in the hopes that he pushes guys out into this launch bay. Which, admittedly, I don't think he will, but... Can we have you come up and heal a little? Yeah. Great. We can do repairs to the shaman as well, so... Is there an endless mode? No. Not that I am aware of. I don't know if they're planning one, but I don't think so. Because at a certain point, you're like, oh, okay, we have to fight the boss, right? And there are different levels of difficulty, so it's kind of about unlocking all the different levels. This is all Centurions. All Centurions, all the time. Welcome to Centurion FM. 3 Retributors. Ooh, that is dangerous. My commando got separated from the others. Gotta pull him. Not you. You. Huh. I thought these guys died in between rounds. Oh, they do. Ah, he managed to get the kill, though. Good job, Sub Husk. I'm gonna actually flare that room. And now I'm gonna translocate down here. And I'm gonna put the commando in that room. Let's just purge that. You guys are doing okay, but not as well as I would like. Okay, okay. You got to get out of that room. You got to get out of that room. We'll actually vent that. Well, I guess we could vent that as well. They are preparing to flee. They're almost dead. So as long as I'm a little bit careful about this. Okay. Yes. You know what, actually? Just go in there and fight that fire. I bet you can handle that no problem. Stank gas. Deadly stank gas. Shop right before the final fight is great. What do you got, Johnny? High Magister. Teleport self and nearby friendly crew to target room. That's pretty tempting. That's pretty tempting. Micro shields. Another hull integrity patch. All right, so the real question here is actually, what upgrades can I get? Currently, I am 1 energy off having everything online. Which means if I want to upgrade anything, it's 2 energy. I have 66 left over. So I could get a boost to the engines. I could get ionizable subhusks. Maybe upgraded life support. These guys are going to be mostly boarders, I think. One of the other things I'm thinking about is I could combine these 2 med drones, pick up an extra hull integrity patch, and then either pick up extinguish all fires aboard the ship, or I could pick up 2 micro shields. I do need to repair. So that only leaves me with 105. Got an ad about to hit before this last fight, so I'm going to run it right now. Just so we don't miss anything while we think this through. 105. These are 18 each, so I could go like 18, 19, 20, 22. That'll leave me with 80 scrap. That puts everything online. That's an extra point. I think maybe that's the best option. I'm just worried about husks ionizing my own ship. Secondary life support can be really good, but I feel like we also have a lot of really good engineers, so something breaking is not terrible. Sorry, and that's with no... Sorry, actually, that's with no room for anything. That allows us to buy 1 hull and 1 of the micro shields or fire foam poppers. If there's a lot of enemy borders, upgraded doors could be valuable. Yeah, actually, I'm gonna do that. And then I'm gonna buy this and... two micro shields. I mean, that's a well set group of husks. We have a Warbringer. We have 2 Redeemers as well. Lads, I think it's time to party. I think we got everything we need. Take our hop across. God, they're so big. All of their guys are so designed for combat. A vast and terrible vessel appears before you. It is a doom engine, an infernal monument to interminable war. Its transmissions are incoherent, but the hostile intent is clear. It moves to attack. So we have a 1-shot, 2-shot, or 4-shot burst of iron missiles. 2 shots, each dealing double ion. A 4-shot volley, and a rapid heavy siege beam. You feel like priority number 1. They have a boarding bay. They have a med bay. A graviton field generator. Okay. A husk rack. Who is piloting their ship? Uruk. 110 and 5. 110 and 5. Cyber priest. Servo excavators. A doom effigy. I could fire 2 heavy flares into their oxygen. Turn my other missile on. Thank you. Thank you. Just wanted to see where the loading shots are. I do think our guys do best as a group. What's really nice, obviously, is that like 3 of them are, we do a ton of damage against max HP units. The Redeemer also does a bunch of damage against max HP units. The Warbringer scales based on how many units it kills. Our first shot does double damage. So the first shot has to be an antimatter bomb, which is going to knock off 16 HP. Ashen Priest Gator Wars here. I think I'm going to summon the Warbringer over there. I'm going to teleport into here. Or do I go for the med bay? Or do I go for the husk rack? Actually, I think I'm going to go for the husk rack. Warbringers breach hull on enemy ship. Do they? You're right. They do like a rift breach. Make a few holes in your vacuum, guys. Follow in. True, true, true. I like the idea that he can probably kill both these priests, and the rest of our guys will block the way. So I think that's what we're going to open with. Didn't really work. Sketlingtons. Yeah. I guess the Warbringer on my own ship might have been better. You get 1 DPS in large rooms. You also get 3 DPS in a vacuum. He didn't create a breach. Antimatter bomb should do a bit more than 16 points of damage. I've watched enough Star Trek to know the breach of antimatter containment core is very bad. Well, I guess it's like a slow pocket of antimatter with a Reaper shell. Our dudes are doing, it feels like, pretty well here. These subhusks are not having such a good time. I'm gonna put a Redeemer on my own ship. Okay, we're slaughtering, for the record. Commando, you're gonna go in here and fight that servo excavator. These guys are gonna come in here and fight that. All of our guys are slowed. So we have a Redeemer, immune to suffocation, immune to fire, creates fire on death. Enemy deeps can't exceed 6 deeps against targets with over 100 max HP. 3 deeps in a vacuum. You're going to back up that Warbringer. We're about to get a full party kill on them. You need to start moving in there. You need to start moving in there. There goes the antimatter bomb. This aberrant is not immune to suffocation, so I'm going to move him out as well. Because they still have a Doom effigy, they haven't created a demon ship, I guess. Yeah, I kind of feel like you guys need to keep going here. Demon Heart spawn, enemy oxygen evacuated. So now I do actually need to recall my crew. You're a subhusk. You guys got to go there. You got to go there. You're a subhusk. You're a subhusk. You guys go there. And we'll load you into the pod bay doors. Can you summon a Redeemer there? Ooh, that's not good. Get you out. Commando, you can go in. Mutant, you're not immune to suffocation. So let's get you out. Let them get that breach. Load crew. There's nobody in the enemy ship at all? They didn't get any summons or anything? Oh, that does not look like a fun time. We're down 5 points, so let's integrity patch. I'm gonna patch that. Vent that. You're in there. You've taken some hits. Hit him with another antimatter bomb. And a heavy flare is not really going to do much right now, so let's just charge up double antimatter bombs across the board. Okay, we have another Redeemer on there. Enemy systems protected, repaired, and 2 assault cyborgs are on our ship. in just the worst possible spot. Med drone. That fires right away, right? Instant. Not actually instant, but pretty close to. You're working on the sub husks. That's the mutant. That's the aberrant. Put a deployable shield on this. Antimatter bomb, antimatter bomb. You guys are just going to go in here and start taking this heal. Okay, I just lost my oxygen generator. Which obviously is not the best thing for me. Assault cyborgs. Yeah, I'll let you go there. Try to help out our Redeemer for a second so he doesn't get killed. Get our O2 back online ASAP. Take another hull integrity patch. These two can board. So let's see if we can't get them online. I apparently have skeletons and ghouls because I guess the Warbringer is summoning them. My anti-bonner bomb missed. Flux Priest, you are not suitable for fighting these guys. Our oxygen is back up online. Good. Okay. Let's put you here. And then I'm going to have you go into that demon herd and destroy it. Another antimatter bomb sailing over the top. I mean, I guess let's just put these guys on auto fire at this point. These are mostly ion shots, it seems like I'm getting hit with. Subhusks, you can start repairing that. All right, there's lots of stuff getting repaired here right now. Wow, that was a lot of smacks. Are you attacking that demon herd? You are. It's just really, really slow. You're keeping that offline, that offline. You've killed their oxygen, their husk rack. Honestly, if I can just get that demon heart down, this is like basically in the bag. Get our engines up. That sucks. Okay. That's a boosted sub husk. Enemy oxygen restored. Enemy crew reinforcements. A number of crew have materialized aboard the accursed vessel. What in terminations? Revenants. Immune to suffocation, immune to fire, immune to poison. Cannot man systems. Maledictor. Hit that with the technovirus. Mutant, get out of there. Aberrant, get up there. Start seeing what we can fix. I'd love to heal this Redeemer, but I tell you what, actually, you're gonna go on that demon herd, and you're gonna go over this way, over that way. This room is on fire. My Redeemer, no! Maybe I should just vent that room. Ow, 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 ow. Flux Priest, you got to get back on shields. Both my bombs are down. How are you guys doing? Commando's doing okay. Gene Soldier is doing honestly pretty well. Kills explode. All of this is re-vacuumed and breached. This is actually really nice. I should probably just put my guys down here, because they'd get all those buffs back. But it also just kind of feels like they have it at the moment. Put you down here, start repairing that. Put my point back on engine. Let's Terror Blast you. Okay, that demon herd is down. So I guess I think we got this, dudes. I think we got this in the bag. We'll take you off. I'm gonna bring you two over. I'm gonna chuck a medbay heal over there. Then also, I'm gonna recall that crew. Difficulty unlocked. Torment 11. The enemy has been vanquished. I'm going to tell you right now, the bulk of that was Doom Heralds. Doom Herald and the Redeemer just like breaching and clearing the entire bottom half of the ship. That was 90% of that fight. I will also say I used 40 HP in hull patches. No, 20 HP in hull patches. If I didn't use hull patches, I would have had 3 HP left. The enemy has been vanquished, and at last we have arrived at the Vault of Souls. We find a grand altar ablaze with urgent fire. Plunging our hands into the flame, the searing heat of eternity washes over you and the crew. Your souls sublimated to the infinite ether, heralding the age of pandemonium. You have fulfilled your destiny, your mission complete. How many tour levels are there? 15? 7,851 points. After a long and terrible voyage, the crew of the vessel Dark Runner emerges victorious. Their achievement enshrined within the Vault of Souls. Winfred. We got all of our husks. New 30, Arthur 2, Zangor X, and Gamma. We had the crew on board the ship. Seth 74, Arxis, Series 43, and Chai 2. And then we had the boarding party of Winfred, Limian, Malgar, and Lodine. 7,800 resonance. Whew. All right, we got a good stack here right now. Getting a 2x multiplier for Torment 10. That's an insane amount of crew HP healed. 3,220. Not so. And now, that also gave us a mutant win, which was one of the few characters we didn't have a win with. Which means we could take the white. And we could take the new Oblivion Cruiser A, which is full of demons. Ghoul Megasus. Immune to poison. Poison slowly heals. Immune to poison. Poison increases speed. We're also immune to poison. An obscene organ. 1 DPS and 10 HP to all demonic units. You start with 4 antidotes. Don't need that. A Hull Ripper, a Bolt Cannon, and a Blight Bomb. This is the stink ship. This is the stanky old ship. Bosses are even stronger. Torment 11. Do they need to be? I don't know. That seems unnecessary. Marinara, what's up, dude? New ship hype? Finally, time for the ultimate fur ship. This guy's got Etheric Gate. Noxious Blast. Door break speed -50, moves very slow. Poison increases speed. Somehow I have to find a way to fill my own ship with poison gas. Which you can't really do. I mean, I guess you can with Noxious Blast, which I think you also start with. No, you start with Rot Spawn. Ah, if you summon Rot Spawn on your own ship and then jump, your ship fills with gas. So that's a good way to get bonus heals. Self-poison, also your target, yeah. And we can just fill the enemy ships with poison as well. Starts with weapons 3, shields 2, engines 2. Well, I guess shields 1, really. Okay, well, Do you believe in Cruiser A is going to have to be our next run in the next video. So come back and join us then. Bye-bye.